few athletes have achieved legendary status at every stage of football, college, the NFL, and broadcasting. But Desmond Howard is one of the rare exceptions. Known for his electrifying speed, unforgettable celebrations, and game-changing returns, Howard built a career defined by unforgettable moments. From striking the iconic Heisman pose in college football to becoming the only special teams player ever to win a Super Bowl MVP, his story is one of persistence, reinvention, and lasting influence. His estimated net worth stands at around $16 million, from NFL career earnings, broadcasting contracts, and endorsements. Early life. Desmond Kevin Howard was born on May 15, 1970, in Cleveland, Ohio. Growing up in a city passionate about sports, Howard was surrounded by competition and inspiration from a young age. At St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, he quickly distinguished himself as an extraordinary athlete. Howard played football, ran track, and also spent time on the basketball court. His versatility stood out early. As a senior, he scored 18 touchdowns on offense, while also recording 10 interceptions on defense, demonstrating the explosive playmaking ability that would define his career. By the time he graduated in 1987, Howard had already earned All-American honors in high school football, attracting attention from some of the top college programs in the country. Ultimately, he chose the University of Michigan, a decision that would change his life and college football history. College career at Michigan. Howard arrived in Ann Arbor as a running back, but his journey was not smooth at first. During his early training camp, coaches decided to move him to wide receiver, believing his speed and agility could create mismatches in the passing game. The transition proved difficult, and he redshirted his freshman year in 1988. But patience paid off. By his sophomore season, Howard had developed into a dynamic offensive weapon. He recorded 63 receptions for over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns, while also contributing as a kick returner. Then came the unforgettable 1991 season. Howard became one of the most electrifying players in college football history. That year, he recorded 61 receptions for 950-plus yards, 19 receiving touchdowns, 1,759 all-purpose yards, and 23 total touchdowns scored for different ways. He also set multiple NCAA and Michigan records and became the first wide receiver in Big Ten history to lead the conference in scoring. But statistics alone don't explain Howard's impact. His defining moment came against arch-rival Ohio State Buckeyes football, when he returned to punt for a touchdown and celebrated by striking the famous Heisman Trophy pose in the end zone. The moment became one of the most iconic images in college football history. Later that year, Howard was awarded the Heisman Trophy, winning by the second largest margin in the award's history. He also captured the Maxwell Award and Walter Camp Player of the Year, cementing his place among the greatest college players ever. Entering the NFL. High expectations. Following his Heisman triumph, Howard declared for the 1992 NFL Draft and was selected fourth overall by the Washington Redskins. Expectations were enormous. Many believed he would become an elite NFL wide receiver. However, the transition proved challenging. While Howard possessed elite speed and return ability, he struggled to replicate his college dominance as a traditional receiver. Over the next several seasons, he played for multiple teams, including Washington Redskins, Jacksonville Jaguars, Green Bay Packers, Oakland Raiders, and Detroit Lions. Rather than fading away, Howard reinvented himself. Coaches recognized that his true value was on special teams, where his speed and vision could change games instantly. That realization set the stage for the greatest moment of his professional career. Super Bowl 31, Football Immortality. The defining moment of Desmond Howard's NFL career came during the 1996 season with the Green Bay Packers. That year, Howard became the most dangerous return specialist in the league, leading the NFL in punt return yards and touchdowns. But it was his performance in Super Bowl 31 that transformed him from star to legend. Facing the New England Patriots, Howard delivered one of the greatest special teams performances ever recorded. His highlights included 244 total return yards, a 99-yard kickoff return touchdown, and multiple game-changing returns that shifted momentum. The Packers won 35-21, and Howard was named Super Bowl MVP, becoming the first and only special teams player in history to win the award. The achievement placed him in rare company. Only 4 players in NFL history have won both the Heisman Trophy and Super Bowl MVP. For Howard, it was validation after years of doubters questioning whether his professional career would ever match his college success. Later NFL years and retirement. Howard continued playing in the NFL through the early 2000s, finishing his career with the Detroit Lions. Over 11 NFL seasons, his career numbers included 123 receptions for 1,597 yards, 15 total touchdowns, 12,155 all-purpose yards, and thousands of yards as a punt and kickoff returner. Though his receiving numbers were modest, his value as a return specialist was undeniable. His explosive ability to flip field position made him one of the most feared return men of his era. After the 2002 season, Howard officially retired from professional football. Broadcasting career, becoming a voice of college football. Retirement did not slow Howard down. In 2005, he joined ESPN as a college football analyst. Over time, he became one of the most recognizable personalities on the network's flagship program College Game Day. His deep knowledge of the game, charismatic personality, and playful on-air style helped him become a fan favorite. Howard's broadcasting career has included College Game Day analysis, college football playoff studio coverage, NFL draft commentary, and Heisman Trophy ceremony analysis. By 2025, ESPN signed him to a multi-year extension, ensuring that he would remain a key voice in college football coverage for years to come. Today, he is widely respected not only as a former player, but also as one of the sport's most knowledgeable analysts. Personal life and legacy. Despite decades in the spotlight, Howard has maintained a relatively private personal life. Known for his professionalism and positive personality, he has also supported various charitable initiatives focused on youth development and education. His legacy in football is remarkable. Heisman Trophy winner, Super Bowl MVP, College Football Hall of Fame inductee, and longtime ESPN analyst. Few players have left their mark across 3 different phases of football: college stardom, professional glory, and media influence. Desmond Howard's career is a reminder that greatness often comes from reinvention, not perfection. He was a college superstar who initially struggled in the NFL. Yet, instead of fading away, he adapted, transforming himself into one of the greatest return specialists in football history. Today, decades after that unforgettable Heisman pose and Super Bowl return, Howard remains a central figure in the sport he loves. Whether on the field or behind a microphone, his energy, insight, and passion continue to inspire football fans across generations. In the end, Desmond Howard's story is not just about touchdowns or trophies. It is about resilience and the ability to turn one electrifying moment into a lifetime legacy.